Yep, I'm Simon Woodman and I'm a tutor in the Department of Religious and Theological Studies, and I was asked to enrol on the Pcutl programme about 18 months after I started at the department. Particularly got onto the course was the issue of networking with people from other schools. Working within my school, obviously I was creating friendships and professional relationships with people teaching in related fields, but to suddenly find myself in an environment where I was working alongside people from very different scientific backgrounds and things like radiography and pharmacy, and to find that actually so many of the problems we were facing as new teachers we actually had in common. You know, the question of what do you do with a class of 80 students, how do you manage that, how do you make that work as something other than just a monologue every week, how do you deal with a class of 6 students and make that interesting and develop the discussion and stop it drying up. And we were finding these areas of common ground were very helpful because we were batting ideas off each other. And there was also a sense of moral boost by discovering that there are others who are facing the same things at the same stage in their career, and it wasn't just me sort of struggling my way through this stuff on my own. Part of this sort of networking thing really with other departments was the peer review system that Pcutl runs. So I was able to go and sit in on other people's lectures in other disciplines and have them come and sit in on mine and then have feedback and mutual comment. I think I learned more out of sitting in on other people's lectures than I did from the feedback they gave me on mine. I was expecting to get the most out of them saying to me, your eye contact's bad or whatever, but actually by watching other people lecture and thinking about what they were doing, I actually found that very helpful. I guess it's like with marking, you know, you learn more by teaching and marking than you do by having other people tell you how to do it. So watching other people and assessing them I found particularly useful. Still building on this idea of the group project, we had of networking rather, we had the group project, which was one where we looked at an interdisciplinary group project. People in radiography and pharmacy and theology, all of our students do it from a vocational basis. So we were trying to get to grips with the way in which a person's sense of vocation impacts their academic study. And we were able to ask the same set of questions across a range of academic disciplines and then compare the results back. And that was particularly useful in terms of giving an insight into the way students learn and the way they respond to the courses that we're teaching to them. Yes, it is a lot of work, but nobody ever said teaching at university was going to be easy, so as my dad would say to me.
Okay, well thanks ever so much, Simon.
It's okay, that's great.
Well, Simon, when I first came in here, I recognise these tables. Where did you get this idea from?
Well, as you can see, it's Pcutl. Yeah, I mean, one of the things, in this room, we used to have it set out with the tutor in a position of power at that end and everybody in rows, or sometimes in a big table. And one of the lessons from Pcutl is get people in smaller clusters around the room. And we've also turned the room sideways, so everybody's facing the sideways wall. So the eye contact is a lot closer, so we're much more able to relate to the students. And it means when we're doing lectures in here, it's very easy to just say to people, you know, take a couple of minutes to talk about that on your table, and then we'll take feedback and write it up on the whiteboard or put it up on the data projector. So yes, this is very much laid out exactly as Pcutl have instructed, and it's now affecting the whole college.